Big news in the world of women's basketball.
Especially if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, you're hoping to see her on Team USA in 2028.
Sue Bird would be taking over as the managing director of Team USA women's basketball. Basically, be responsible for the rosters and the coaching staff. This is a huge, enormous achievement.
The same committee that prevented Caitlin Clark from joining Team USA has recently been eliminated in a shocking shakeup that nobody anticipated. Dismissed, replaced, and assuming command. Sue Bird, an ardent booster of Caitlin who has complete control over the selection of the upcoming Olympic team.
Sue Bird to become the managing director for the USA women's national team, be responsible for the rosters and the coaching staff. This is a huge, enormous achievement. She won 5 gold medals herself and is just known as a winner at every level. So shouts out to Sue for that. So somehow Nike is probably tied into all this as well. I don't know who Sue Bird had her endorsements with throughout her career, but Nike is very hand in hand with USA Basketball.
Yes, it is correct. At last, Caitlin Clark will be wearing red, white, and blue. And nobody can stop her this time.
Y'all expect Caitlin Clark to make it. I'm sure the NBA expects Caitlin Clark to make it. When the commissioner of the league, when he comes out and says it was a great miss for women's basketball to have left Caitlin Clark off the team.
Please leave a CC 100 in the comments if you think Caitlin should be on Team USA. Let's make sure they can clearly hear us.
Sue Bird, she will put Caitlin Clark on that team. Caitlin Clark would have made it regardless because I expect her to be the Jordan of the game.
Disappointing activity that compounded Caitlin Clark's rookie.
For months, NBA executives were shocked, fans were furious, and experts were perplexed.
The National Basketball Association, the NBA, the commissioner, Adam Silver, he came right out and said, I wouldn't have left Caitlin Clark off that team.
How did Team USA exclude the most talked about athlete in women's basketball? Caitlin Clark had the momentum in addition to the numbers.
Let's take a look at the numbers before the first half. So you can see before the Olympic break, 17 points a game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and went up to 23.5 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Statistically, there is no, hey, we just didn't think she was good enough.
The potential to improve women's basketball globally, the star power, and the audience. Nevertheless, the selection committee, which included individuals like Dawn Staley, Jennifer Rosati, and Cheryl Reeve, decided to disregard all of that.
Jen Rosati and Dawn Staley and all those folks that Cheryl Reeve, who had a hand in Caitlin Clark not making Team USA last year in the Olympics, it looks like they may be, now Cheryl Reeve's still there, but the actual committee looks like they may be gone.
Older veterans like Diana Taurasi, who produced very little on the Olympic floor, were given roster spots. Taurasi failed to show up for one game. She scored 2 points in another. Caitlin Clark, a player who frequently sets records and drops double-doubles, was watching from home in the meantime. The logic, politics. Fans didn't believe the excuses offered, such as the lack of Team USA camp experience. Even NBA Commissioner Adam Silver publicly referred to it as a mistake, claiming that by excluding Caitlin Clark from the squad, women's basketball made a mistake.
Caitlin wasn't on the team last year, I think drew enormous criticism, especially for the guard play. By the time the gold medal game played, nearly all the guards were unplayable, and Cheryl was having trouble just checking people in the game at a decent time. I can remember Sabrina Ionescu not getting in until about the third quarter, and they were just screaming for someone that could dribble, pass, and shoot. So
in the present, that same committee has been sacked, removed from office, and deprived of its authority. The antiquated system that depended on loyalty picks and secret ties has been abandoned by USA Basketball. And a true leader who understands what Caitlin Clark offers to the sport and has a track record of excellence will take its place.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect
seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
This is more than just a staff shift. The tide has turned. It's a significant change in direction. In actuality, there was more to Caitlin Clark's exclusion from Team USA than just poor publicity. It was sabotage.
They said alongly with nearly losing the gold medal game to France, the U.S. women's team was caught up in controversy leading up to the Olympics because Caitlin Clark was not on the team.
Sabotage of the team's marketability, brand, and relationship with the upcoming fan base. However, that door was simply thrown wide open after being banged shut. The influential people who stopped her are no longer in charge. Fans demanded this kind of punishment. A new chapter has begun. The response over Caitlin Clark's exclusion from Team USA was not just loud, but also seismic. Social media took off.
They were getting criticized by not just fans, but people involved in basketball at a very high level that were outside of the WNBA.
Sponsors were taken aback. The decision-makers of USA Basketball were questioned by sports analysts on their integrity. And there was a harsh reality hidden beneath the politics. There was a problem with the system. However, that system has now been deconstructed and replaced with a moniker that is associated with success, respect, and, above all, change. Sue Bird.
You want somebody that is very well liked. You want somebody that can cross bridges, that really won't be loyal to specific alliances. Now, whether you think, Sue Bird, I feel like Sue Bird is, definitely going to be a, there will be some UConnism in there. Like, they're always going to probably get a little bit of love on this. And UConn produces plenty of great players, but, this thing is UConn now, kind of.
In addition to being a former athlete, Sue Bird has won 5 gold medals at the Olympics and is well liked in boardrooms and locker rooms alike. She is currently the USA women's basketball team's new managing director, a job that allows her complete control over the team's composition and coaching. They had to discuss and reach a compromise in the previous committee. One voice, one vision is what Sue determines.
Like, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. Mm-hmm. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
There have always been the dominant teams. There is UConn. There is South Carolina. I think that the fact that Caitlin Clark started on a team that did not have mind-blowing talent existing and brought that team to a championship really says something about you as a player. And when you are ranking players, you are ranking them as an individual unit rather than a team.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good. She's having Larry Bird impact. She's been the driving force of the hottest team in the entire league, despite her record turnovers. Why? Because she's that good. She's legit good. She's colorblind good. She's guilt-free good. She's apolitically good.
And Caitlin Clark and the upcoming generation of celebrities are part of that idea. In contrast to the gatekeepers who came before her, Sue Bird has continuously stood behind Caitlin even when doing so was unpopular. Sue Bird observed what the world already knew, but others remained silent or supported the status quo. Not only is Caitlin Clark talented, but she also transforms. She sells out arenas, attracts enormous crowds, and garners unprecedented attention in the women's game. Her presence benefits more than simply basketball. It is crucial to its future. Additionally, USA Basketball's decision went beyond simply filling a position. It had to do with changing the regulations.
I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They like C-Square, shout out to the gang, like different. They are very passionate people, and like they gonna ride or die. Like,
listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Let's just say C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby, because they
hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right and left, it's over for us.
Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back. I promise. Please stop.
Yeah.
Like her fan, but like the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh, they gonna travel. She gonna travel.
And
right there, right there
I just think like it's super dope though, because it's like they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. It's like, damn, that's lit.
Olympic rosters for the men's team have traditionally been assembled by a single managing director, Grant Hill and Jerry Cangelo. The system functions. Gold medals are produced by it. The women's program is now at last catching up. Bird's appointment conveys a very clear message. Backdoor deals are over. Favoritism is over. Loyalty picks are over. The worst part is this. Sue Bird owes nothing to anyone from that previous government. She actually has the freedom to completely change the culture when she takes on this post. This implies that roster spots won't be given to aged legends. This implies that potential, skill, and youth will at last be given priority. Thus, the question of whether Caitlin Clark will join Team USA is no longer relevant. It's the extent of her role. Bird's appointment gives other up-and-coming talent optimism as well. Names like Angel Reese, Paige Bookers, Juju Watkins, and more are now in the mix alongside Caitlin.
Well, Paige Beckers and the entire whoever's playing in the league that came from UConn just made the squad. Okay, maybe, but Sue Bird's been a vocal supporter of Caitlin Clark.
Sue Bird is constructing this new dynasty around the future rather than the past.
She's going to have the responsibility to pick a new coach, because there's no way in hell that Cheryl Reeve can come back from that 1-point victory. They almost lost that game to France.
Caitlin Clark, the player they worked so hard to keep off the grandest stage, is at the center of it all. But that is no longer the case. The politics are over now that Subbard is in charge. The fans are important, the numbers are important, and Caitlin Clark is finally important. There is more to this occasion than just Caitlin Clark receiving her Team USA jersey at last. Rewriting the blueprint for women's basketball's future is the goal. For many years, the national team functioned as a private club, with choices made mostly on the basis of politics, personal allegiance, and legacy rather than skill. That seriously defective system was made clear by Caitlin's exclusion last year. But now that Sue Bird is in charge and the committee is no longer in place, we are seeing a historic turning point. And the leader of the movement is Caitlin Clark. There was more to her absence than a roster error. On the biggest sports stage in the world, it was a mischance. The world's fans were prepared to support her. TV networks were eager for the increase in viewership. The marketing goldmine was recognized by brands. Nevertheless, the committee rejected all of it, favoring tradition over change and experience over explosion. But let's face it, Caitlin Clark is more than simply a basketball player. She is a force in culture. Even men's March Madness hadn't reached viewership records in years, but her college games were. No rookie in recent memory has had the same level of national media attention, ticket demand, and jersey sales as she did when she joined the WNBA. We are discussing a generational skill and, more significantly, a once-in-a-generation chance to elevate women's basketball to the status of a popular sport. Additionally, fans are actively involved rather than merely observing. Millions of people were deeply offended when her name was removed off the Olympic list. It was a rejection of everyone who had faith in the game's future, not just Caitlin.
This young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph Curry.
The league wasn't ready for her last year. They just weren't prepared. Yeah. She was prepared.
She's had a full offseason now to rest.
No. She's going to be great. The league just didn't know what to do.
Get the MVP tickets in, just bet them to win the championship. It's fun. And then you get to watch all our games.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Caitlin Clark's Olympic aspirations were not the only ones impacted by that choice. It hurt USA basketball's reputation and turned off the very audience they claimed to be trying to expand. However, the door is now open for everyone, not just Caitlin. A new generation of stars will emerge as a result of her involvement. Guju Watkins, Paige Boers, and Angel Ree are young, vibrant athletes who already have sizable fan bases. They are more than athletes. They engage with fans in a manner that the old guard was never able to because they are role models, storytellers, and influencers. Here's the larger picture. Winning gold is no longer the only goal for Team USA. The goal is to expand the game. It's about packing arenas, raising awareness around the world, and building a future in which women's basketball not just endures but flourishes. Putting the appropriate players on the floor is the first step in that process. The players that create excitement and dominate on the court, not the politically safe selections or those who pass their prime veterans. Caitlin Clark is the player, not just one of those players. Thus, sure, this is about a roster slot, but it's also about progress, legacy, and ultimately providing the next generation with the platform they deserve. We are seeing a total reset with Subbard in charge and the previous government gone. Without a doubt, Caitlin Clark is the face of that reset as performance is the focus this time rather than politics. Additionally, Caitlin Clark has already demonstrated that she belongs.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
The message is crystal clear and loud. The future is at last underway, and the old system has died. Caitlin Clark is no longer awaiting an invitation. She deserves her place. Additionally, the door cannot be slammed shut this time. Team USA isn't merely assembling a roster under Sue Bird's leadership. It is constructing a revolution. One that prioritizes talent. One that highlights Caitlin Clark. This is more than just a return. It's a correction. Those who attempted to keep her out are no longer there. Those that have faith in her are now in control. And the supporters are more unified than before. Please leave a CC 100 remark below if you think Caitlin Clark is the future of Team USA. Let's deliver a message that they won't be able to ignore. The days of ignoring excellence are finished. Caitlin Clark is aiming for the gold medal at the Olympics. And nothing is stopping this time.